On day 3 of chewing a single clove each evening, I woke up at 4 a.m. and realized something was happening to my body that I couldn't ignore. And by day 7, I finally understood why most people over 50 are completely missing this. I wasn't looking for a miracle. I tried it because of a 2-minute clip I saw. That's it. No supplement protocol, no detox plan, no expensive program, just one whole clove chewed slowly once a day. But this is not another detox your liver, kill parasites, melt belly fat story. What actually happened was stranger and far more useful. By the end of the week, 3 things had shifted that I cannot explain away. My sleep changed. A craving I'd had for years simply vanished. And something physical was happening in my face I could actually feel. But the most shocking change happened on day 5. And it's the reason I'm making this video. Stay with me, because what I learned by day 7 completely changed how I think about every health habit I've ever tried. Let me say this clearly. Cloves are not magic. They will not melt your fat overnight. They will not flush parasites out of your liver. Anyone selling you that story is selling you something. What's actually happening is far more intelligent. Your body begins healing the moment your brain expects something. Not when food hits your stomach. Not when a pill dissolves. The signal starts in your mouth. This is called the Cephalic Phase Response. And the clove, I came to realize, wasn't the hero of this story. The act of chewing was. Quick pause. If you're new here, hit subscribe. We're chasing 50,000 subscribers this month, and your one click genuinely helps. Now let me walk you through what happened day by day. I placed one whole clove in my mouth and started chewing slowly. The first thing I noticed was the warmth, a gentle spreading heat. Then the sharpness hit, and my mouth flooded with saliva almost instantly. I expected the taste. I didn't expect what came next. About 10 minutes later, sitting on my couch, I felt a quiet kind of calm settle over me. Not sleepy, not drugged, just steady, like someone had turned the volume down on the background noise in my head. I didn't know it at the time, but I had just activated the trigeminal nerve in my face and triggered a shift toward the parasympathetic state, the body's rest and repair mode, from one clove in 1 minute. That was day 1. I almost missed this one. Halfway through dinner, I put my fork down and realized I wasn't hungry anymore. And after the meal, there was no bloating, no heaviness, no sluggish, I need to lie down feeling. I had chewed a clove about 15 minutes before sitting down to eat. What I'd done, without knowing it, was prime my digestion before food ever arrived. The chewing told my stomach to prepare acid. It told my pancreas to ready its enzymes. By the time the food got there, my system was already open for business. That's when I started taking notes. I woke up at 4 in the morning. But not the way I usually do. Anxious, scrolling, restless. I woke up feeling rested. Genuinely rested, in a way I hadn't felt in years. I lay there in the dark, trying to figure out what was different. The only thing I'd changed was the clove. Here's what I later understood. Slow rhythmic chewing in the evening directly stimulates the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in your body and the master switch for your nervous system's calm state. Vagus nerve activation deepens sleep onset and reduces nighttime cortisol spikes. I was sleeping better, not because of melatonin, not because of a supplement, because of a 90-second ritual before bed. But this wasn't even the strangest part. I have had a sugar craving after dinner for as long as I can remember. Something sweet, a cookie, chocolate, anything. On day 4, it didn't show up. I sat there after dinner waiting for it, almost confused. Nothing came. I had chewed my clove right after the meal, and somehow my brain had filed dinner as complete. Here's why this works. The clove delivers a flavor combination, sweet, bitter, pungent, warming, that the brain reads as a full stop signal. A sensory period at the end of the sentence. The reward system stops asking for more. This was the first benefit I couldn't explain away as placebo. My body simply wasn't asking. This is the one I promised you. The shock. I was sitting at my desk in the late afternoon, the time when my chest usually gets that tight, low hum of stress. The background anxiety that most of us over 50 have just learned to live with. It was quieter, not gone, but noticeably, undeniably quieter. I sat very still for about a minute, trying to make sure I wasn't imagining it. I wasn't. Here's the mechanism, and this is what changed everything for me. Slow, rhythmic chewing is one of the most direct, most accessible, most free ways to stimulate your vagus nerve, the same nerve that controls heart rate, stress hormones, muscular tension, and emotional regulation. People pay for breathwork classes and biofeedback devices to achieve what a single clove in 90 seconds were doing for me. That was day 5. That was the day I realized this wasn't a spice habit. This was a nervous system reset. On day 6, I looked in the mirror and noticed my face looked different. Less puffy in the morning, more awake. The skin around my jaw and cheeks looked, for lack of a better word, alive. Chewing is a form of isometric exercise for the muscles of your jaw, and it pulls blood through the entire vascular system of your face and scalp. Better circulation, better tissue tone, better color. And there's a hidden bonus. All that extra saliva you've been producing for a week, saliva is a first-line immune fluid. It contains IgA antibodies and antimicrobial enzymes. I had been quietly upgrading my immune defense at the exact spot where most pathogens enter the body. The mouth. I hadn't even been trying. On day 7, I sat down with my notebook and looked at the full picture. Better digestion, better sleep. Vanished cravings, quieter anxiety, better circulation, stronger immune signaling. From 1 clove a day. And then it hit me. The realization that flipped my entire understanding of health on its head. It wasn't the clove, it was the method, the slow, intentional, mindful chewing, the deliberate saliva production, the 90 seconds of focused sensory input. The clove, with its perfect combination of warmth and pungency and complexity, was simply the best tool I could have chosen to deliver this practice. But the practice was the medicine. My body wasn't broken, it wasn't deficient, it wasn't missing a supplement. It was waiting for a clear instruction. And for 7 days, I had finally given it one. Here's the method. Take 1 whole clove, place it in your mouth, chew slowly and deliberately for 60 to 90 seconds. Let the saliva mix with it fully. You can spit out the fiber or swallow it. Do this 2 to 3 times per week, ideally in the evening or right after a main meal. Don't do it daily on an empty stomach. Don't chew multiple cloves at once. Don't use this if you have active mouth sores. And important, if you are on blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor first. Cloves have a mild antiplatelet effect. Stop immediately if you feel any burning or irritation. Sometimes real health doesn't come from adding more. It comes from remembering what the body already knows how to do. We've been taught to chase the next supplement, the next protocol, the next expensive fix. But the most powerful tools have been sitting in our kitchen cabinets and inside our own nervous systems the entire time, waiting for us to slow down long enough to use them. So now I want to hear from you. Have you ever chewed a whole clove? Not clove tea, not clove oil. An actual clove. Just type yes or no in the comments below. I read them, and if your answer is no, try it once this week and come back and tell me what you noticed. And if you want more habits backed by real physiology, not hype, you know what to do.